Hello, welcome to this channel, Bowling Through the Bible, which is what we do. We bowl right through it. Maybe not so fast, but what we're doing is this is part 2, where I get to interject some things, some highlights, kind of like the Sports Center highlight reel, right? But what we're going to do today is Genesis chapter 22. It's from the NIV version, and there's some really big similarities here. If you caught my part 1 of the last one, maybe it's part 2. No, it's a Halloween one. Look up the Halloween one. I explained salvation and stuff like this, and there's similarities between that story and this story. So I'll get to that. But anyway, let's begin reading. All right, so this is Genesis chapter 22, NIV. Sometime later, God tested Abraham. So God tests us. You can take that to the bank. He said to him, Abraham, here I am, he replied. And God said, take your son, your only son, Isaac. So he knows this is the only son he's going to have. Your only son, Isaac, whom you love. And go to the region of Moriah, sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains that I will tell you about. Hi, I know it's your only kid. You're going to sacrifice him. Okay, go do it. Now, that's a tall order. That's huge. That is, do you love me or do you love your son more? That's what that question is. Okay? Early the next morning, Abraham got up and he saddled the donkey. He took with him 2 of his servants and his son Isaac. Oh, I guess we know what his answer was, huh? He loves God more. I mean, God's the one who provided for him, provided his son. Okay. When he had cut enough wood for the burnt offering, he set out for the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. The 3rd day. It's important. I feel it's important. So on the 3rd day, he set out on his journey, right? So it took him 3 days, whatever. But on the 3rd day, when in this part of the Bible, back here, maybe about there, it talks about Jesus dying on the cross. And they buried him. And on the 3rd day, he rose. He rose from the dead, alive, whole body, no spirit, just straight up Jesus in the flesh. So the 3rd day. So this fascinates me. You can see why this fascinates me, the 3rd day. On the 3rd day, so early next morning, got up, saddled his donkey, blah, 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 took him to the place. Okay, so servants cut enough wood. Well, I'm just trying to skim read, so let's see. Here we go. Okay, so burnt offering. He set out for the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. He said to his servants, stay here with the donkey while I and the boy go over there. We will worship and then we will come back to you. Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and placed it on Isaac. So he put the sacrificial wood that he's going to burn him with on him. And he himself carried the fire and the knife. As the 2 of them went together, Isaac spoke up and said to his father Abraham, Father, the smart kid. This is a smart kid. Check it out. Father. Yes, my son, Abraham replied. The fire and the wood are here, Isaac said, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Is he getting nervous? I don't know. Maybe he's just asking a question. Innocent kids ask questions like that. Very observant, which is good. Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. And the 2 of them went together. Yep, he is. He's going to provide it, all right. And that's kind of that's one of those things. As a parent, you go, you are the sacrifice. You're not going to tell that to the kid, right? He's going to bolt. So if this was the mission is to sacrifice the kid. You're going to stay on point. You got to keep him from getting spooked or scared. So that's what he does. He says, the Lord will provide. And he does. It's really cool. So they went together. Here's the other thing too. If you think about this, okay, so here's the kid asking, Lord, or he's saying, Father Abraham, where's the lamb, right? And this reminds me of when Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane. So he's in the garden, he's praying. And he actually prays right before they take him. And he prays, Lord, if this cup can be taken from me, please do it. He's the kid. He is Isaac, getting ready to get sacrificed. But he knows about it. And he's scared. He's worried. He knows what has to happen. He don't want to go through it. Who would? And so he's asking God, his Father, is there another way, please? If there's another way, please, help me. So this kid doesn't know. So do not lay a hand on the boy. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Ooh, go back. Okay. Reach, called out. Okay, wait. Father, yes, my son, okay. The fire and the wood are here, said Isaac, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. And the two of them went on together. When they reached the place God had told them about, Abraham built an altar there and arranged wood on it. He bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Well, Isaac, guess who's sacrificing? Who's going to be the sacrifice? Then he reached out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. That's pretty serious about your God. About what God asked you to do, right? So God's serious when he asks us to do something. Not, hey, maybe you could do this. No. If you love me, do this. And here he goes. He's going to do it because he loves God. God provided him for a son. Maybe he's thinking, I was old and I had a son. Maybe he'll give me another one. God did promise me a son. You know, this is the things I would be thinking about. God did say I would have children and there'd be numerous as the sea. Maybe I got to sacrifice this one to get the others. Maybe that's the thing with God. Maybe that's something I need to talk about. So anyway, he reached out his hand and he took the knife to slay his son. But the angel of the Lord called out to him, Abraham, Abraham. Here I am, he replied. Do not lay a hand on the boy, he said. Do not do anything to him. Now I know you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son. So he stops him. He's like, whoa. Okay, commitment counted, right? Remember that time when Abraham, believed in God, counted to him as righteousness. So here he is, he's believing and he's going through the action. And he's like, whoa, stop. All right, you passed the test. Good to go. All right, so now he saved his son. Do not lay a hand on the boy. Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld me from your son, your only son. Abraham looked up, and there in the thicket he saw a ram caught by its horns. He went over and took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. So Abraham called the place, the Lord will provide, and to this day it is said, on the mountain of the Lord it will be provided. Cool! God provided the ram. The angel of the Lord called to Abraham from heaven a second time and said, I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies, and through your offspring all nations on earth will be blessed because you have obeyed me. Not just your people, not just your family, all people. That is amazingly cool. Then Abraham returned, and that's the funny thing, because we sit there and think about, this guy was getting ready to sacrifice his son. What kind of crap is this? You know what I mean? But really, that action blessed us. Thank God that Abraham had the wherewithal, the fortitude to be able to even thinking about accomplishing that. I mean, I would have been weeping. Trying to think about driving that knife through my kid because it's what God told me to do. And then getting stopped. What a relief, right? But then he blesses all nations. All people are blessed because of this. Because of what he did. Amen. Thank you, Abraham. Okay, so all nations on earth will be blessed because you have obeyed me. Then Abraham returned to his servants, and they set off together for Beersheba, and Abraham stayed in Beersheba. Sometime later, Abraham was told, Malka is also a mother. She has borne sons to your brother Nahor. Uz, the firstborn, Buz, that's funny, Uz and Buz. Buz, his brother, Camel, the father of Aram, Kesed, Hazo, Pildash, Jidlaph, and Bethel. Bethel became the father of Rebekah. And she's important, so keep that in mind. Milcah bore these 8 sons to Abraham's brother Nahor. His concubine, whose name was Reumah, also had sons. Teba, Gaham, Tahash, and Malka. If you know me by now, these names are killing me on the names. All right, so he had 8 from his wife and 4 from his concubine. Okay, so that is the end of the chapter, which is really good. Don't really have much to say about his brother's kin, but people are still properly propagating on the planet, which is good. But it's really cool seeing God provided. He really provided for Abraham. He said, hey, I'm testing you. He didn't tell him he was testing me. He just said, take your son, you're going to sacrifice him. This is how it goes. And then he gets there, and the kid was not aware of it. And he probably became aware of it when he got tied down, right? And it was probably a pretty traumatic moment at that point in time. And then God says, whoa, stop. Can you imagine being that kid? Imagine being Isaac. You're laying there all tied up. Your dad's getting ready to drive that knife right into your heart or neck, whatever it was. This man you love, admire, adore, and he's getting ready to off you. And then God comes down and says, don't harm him. For me, that'd be a boost for me. I'd be like, oh man, God's on my side. Woo! Thank you, Lord. Just probably messed myself on that stone altar, you know. But how cool is that? But the similarities between Isaac and Jesus, or dissimilarities. Similarities in that one was supposed to be sacrificed, but escaped from the ram. The other one was sacrificed. One did not know what was going on. One knew wholeheartedly what was going on. You know? And that action, just that little scene right there, who knows how long it took. But Abraham blessed all nations because of that. An amazing thing. Hope you learned something today. Hope all is well with you. Be good to somebody. Be kind to somebody. Be a good neighbor. Love you guys. Don't forget to read your Proverbs, right? Whatever day it is, make sure you get Proverbs in there. Leave a like and subscribe. That's another thing I've been, I got to keep remembering to do. Feel free to comment, questions, anything at all. Hey man, you got nose hair sticking out. It's kind of distracting. Let me know that. That's okay with me. And let's see, what else? I think I was forgetting one other thing, but I'm not. I don't think. I think we're good. So until next time, have a good day. Love you guys. Bye.